here at the CMO Lounge at DMEXCO, and I am delighted to be here with Rafael Narvaez, who is the CMO of Mutti. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I just listened to your keynote and was very inspired. And as I mentioned earlier, Mutti is a loved brand, so I'm partially, I'm partial here. But I wanted today pick your brain on what makes a super marketer and what does that mean in all of the new changing workflows, AI being integrated into our teams. So we'll hop right in, and I'd love for you to tell me, what is a superpower that every super marketer today must have?
I think a superpower right now with this very changing, volatile context is to really be adaptable and learn fast. We all know that in marketing, you need to master arts with science, but what's coming in stronger and stronger as a superpower is that adaptability to the new environment and to learn fast stuff we don't know, honestly. Yeah.
Experiment.
Experiment then, and making sure you understand what is the return to your brand, what are the corrective action. Not everything is perfect in the beginning. Also, do this iterative way of working to become an expert in that field with every new technology which is popping up right now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of new technology, let's talk a little bit about AI, generative AI. How is that changing how you're working, how it's working with your teams, and why do we need to have that to adapt?
Look, I will be very transparent with you. I had just coming off a session where we are mapping out all the tasks of marketing and deciding which are the elements where we want to infuse AI and which are the ones we want to stay away because we are not sure about privacy, or it's not well tested yet, or we have not figured out the technology. But lean in some spaces, double down, and understand the results, not just moving on, but just understand the results and learn from that. And that requires really a gradual approach and involves that you look at the entire marketing mix, and there's so many actions there. So that is what's happening right now at Mutti, is that diagnostic phase. And yes, we are using already AI right now in precision marketing and distribution, making sure the content is really adapted to that audience. That's happening right now. But the future is way bolder than that.
Yeah.
It can really play a role in every single element of marketing.
I couldn't agree more, and I loved that clip that you showed of the influencers and also just taking that comment from Instagram and adapting that to the Italians living outside to re-engage with them and to help them and dive deeper, as you were saying, to understand, what are they needing, what are they wanting. So, a great example. I love that. Speaking of attention and grabbing attention, let's say, be blunt, our attention spans are shrinking. So as a supermarketer today, we do have to grab that attention and drive the engagement, but also keep the brand identity. How are you doing that?
You're really hitting the nail here on its head, because that is the name of the game right now, is the attention. And that is, we cannot think on a category only, it's cross-category. This is how the consumer takes. He has a specific amount of time during the day to check out content, on digital. And some advertising will resonate and others don't. So what it means for us is to really be cut through, unique, distinctive, but true to your brand. It's a very fine line and an equation to follow. I give you an example. When we do trials like sampling, I'm not going to do that anymore with a stand on a street. This is not going to cut through, nobody will care. It needs to be experiential, something which will stick in the memory of the consumer for a while. And I cannot agree more. That is the way of, I think, cracking the attention game, is to be distinctive and true to your brand DNA.
Amazing. And finally, what can we do as a supermarketer today to future-proof our strategy over the next 3 years, and why is it essential?
To future-proof your strategy nowadays is to be really embracing to become a relentless learner. But every single person in the team needs to embrace that learning agenda because there is so much going on, and we need to figure that out, what could really resonate with us. That is a superpower, because if we all get to a collective view, yeah, this is a space we want to double down, then we can make a difference sooner or later. It shouldn't be so much about being a follower. You can be a first mover as well, but you need to do your homework first.
And be curious,
And
basically.
be curious, really, but authentically curious, not forced. Yeah, and this is what I'm telling my team as well. You need to be interested in learning that stuff and come up with ideas and aha moments you have, and let's have a discussion on that. What I'm introducing now is every Friday a moment with all my marketing team, including interns, yeah, to discuss what's going on in culture. Because out of these opportunities, out of these insights, the biggest brand ideas were born.
Yeah. And that changes according to the age range of
Exactly.
everyone. Someone, maybe Gen Z or millennial,
Exactly.
or they're going to have different focus points and different engagement areas and have different ideas.
Absolutely. It's not about levels and status within the company. It's about really capturing a good representation of the population.
Yeah.
And this is what a great superpower is.
Thank you so much, Rafael. It was a pleasure unpacking this with you, and enjoy the rest of the DMEXCO.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.